Yes, hey guys, this is Phoenix Star 777. Just sitting here chilling this evening and was taking a look at the earthquakes. It's increased a lot. Right now, I'm just showing you the fives that we've had: Micronesia and Guam, Sandwich Islands, Taiwan, Sandwich Islands again, and also the Fiji Islands. They've actually had 5.0 and higher magnitudes in the last 24 hours. Now, if I was to change this to the ones that are earthquake, that has volcanoes, it's a little bit different. I'm going to start with the fours. So see how bad that's been. These are actual earthquakes that are by volcanoes that are 4.0 and higher. There's been an increase with that. Now they didn't show that over there on the other one, but the 5.2 that you see here is actually the South Sandwich Islands, and it's by a volcano. So all of these here are by volcanoes, every last one of them. Okay, so that's actually increased. Now the thing that still is happening, and I don't still don't hear anyone saying anything about it, are these earthquakes that are happening so rapidly and so close together. You actually see here 13 minutes, 14, 15, 18, 26. You see that they're still happening really, really close together. And then after then, you'll just see the hourly ones. Now, as far as the earthquakes for just in general, worldwide, 3.0 and higher, it was actually 155 in 24 hours. It's definitely increased. I won't go through all of these, but I want to let you know that places like Mexico, New Zealand, China, Kazakhstan, hope I'm saying that right, also Costa Rica and Panama has been hit with several earthquakes, as you can see here, just going down. China and Russia too. Once again, Indonesia's really had it really hard. And there's a 5.4 that was in Guam. Japan has had quite a few in the last 24 hours, but Mexico has really increased in their actual earthquakes that they're having, especially if I knocked it down to the threes. But right now I'm just it is knocked down to the threes. You'll see it. It's a lot of Mexico in here. See, it's starting to increase in here. So Mexico, and we have a lot of people that live in the Mexico area that we're concerned about. That's why we always talk about Mexico. We have some ex-states that are down there. We also have some that are happening here in Iceland. And thank goodness the volcano is still green. It's not actually erupting. So, like I said, it's really increasing. And a lot of fours, as you can see, in a lot of places. Alaska's still in there. India again. Look like India's starting to have several earthquakes now that they didn't have hardly any before. Argentina's still having them. Indonesia. And we'll check the Strait of Gibraltar. Never say that right. Morocco. We'll take a look at that because at one time they had a whole bunch of earthquakes going on at once. But as you can see, it's mainly Mexico. Okay, you got some other places showing up here down in this area during this time frame: Nicaragua, Philippines, Banda Sea, Indonesia, China. But they're still having earthquakes by the volcanoes, quite a few of them. Not going to go through the whole list, but just so you can see here, these are all earthquakes by volcanoes. All of these are. Okay, let's take a look and see what's going on in the world. Hasn't even been that long, but it seems like things keep, increasing. You think for one minute it's going down and it's not. Let's take a look over here in New Zealand. This has been a very hot area lately. As you can see that they're having substantial earthquakes that are going on right now. Like threes, fours, there's almost a five. They have quite a few volcanoes that are still under alert or under unrest or either erupting. Over in this area here, they actually are erupting. So in New Zealand, Still about the same, but still have a lot of earthquakes that are happening, especially near these volcanoes. All of them are happening right along here, right, right here by the volcanoes. So it's like you just don't know. Every time I look at this, I never know what's going to be unrest or what's going to be under alert. But it has definitely increased. Yep, even all the way up to Japan. So let's take a look and see what else is going on. We still have those volcanoes that are under alert here to go off and erupt. Look like there's been a nice substantial size earthquake there, and that was actually a 4.9. And you have more earthquakes that are happening up here, 4.7 in China. Still don't see that many earthquakes that are in Africa, despite having all those volcanoes going off. Still have the two volcanoes going off in Italy, the Stromboli and Mount Etna. Okay. And look like that was one over here. That was the 4.7 that we looked at earlier. Now I said something about India, the Indian Sea. Let's see, was there something? I thought it was actually in India. No, I don't see anything. It may be because of the earthquakes that I have highlighted in the app. But the main thing are these volcanoes. They've had quite a bit of, let me do something real quick. If we put them all on, let's see here. Now we can see these. Okay, that's a 3.6 there. And down here, it looks as though they had a couple of them that were in the threes. And look like we've had some earthquakes down in this area still. That's the one that happened yesterday. Well, it was yesterday, less than 24 hours ago. It's really amazing how this area has been. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Let's take a look at the map like this. Yeah, now it is show all of them. Okay, I just want to make sure that you can see all the earthquakes, all the magnitudes that are going on. Depending on how I selected at the top will determine which ones that are actually show. So this right here is all of them that are actually showing right now. 20 minutes ago, there was a 2.6. 1 hour ago, a 2.4. So it's just constant earthquakes over in this area. And you see the larger ones over here by the volcanoes once again. So an hour ago, it was a 4.7. 22 hours ago, a 4.8. 6 hours ago, a 4.8. So yeah, they're having some very strong earthquakes over here. And this monster here, that was a 5.0 in the Fiji Islands. That was a big circle. And now you can see all the earthquakes that are happening. Now, that's funny, that's right on that fault, and it goes all the way over here. I wonder what this is. It's a 5.4. And you can see these larger earthquakes now are happening right by the volcanoes. 4.5 is right there. La Palma taught me a lot, to pay attention to the earthquakes that are around here. You never know if it's because of the magma moving underground, because that would also cause an earthquake as well. That's a big one right there in Taiwan. And you can see all these earthquakes that are happening here, all in this area here. It's actually increased. This is the kind of stuff when we start talking about the pole shift, it starts to make me wonder, especially when you see these large masses of land with nothing but earthquakes. And it's increased. I started doing this in September. And I have to say, I see more earthquakes now. What I used to see was in one place, and that was in La Palma, but now I'm seeing it all over the place. 4.8 right there. There's the Indian Ridge there. Yeah, that is the ridge, isn't it? So along the faults and along the ridges, a lot of different earthquakes are happening. And plus, like I said, you have a lot of volcanoes in those areas. And look at this beast down here. This is huge. What were and there were and it's like right along a ridge, like you know what I mean? It's right along these lines in the land. That was a 5.2. I might need to get a little closer. And see, that's what I understand. All these large earthquakes are happening. It's stuck again. For some reason, the app keeps getting stuck. I don't know if it's because a lot of people are using it. Could be. Could be because a lot of people are using it. It was also a 5.2. Okay. There was a volcano going off here in Antarctica. I don't see it right now. There it is. Yeah, and it's got this weird splotched up paint job right here. I don't know what's really there, but they're saying that this volcano is still erupting down there, and that's been erupting for a while now. And once again, along the faults, see that? In the ridges, all these earthquakes and all these volcanoes. It's amazing. Now, over in this area is the area that I'm really paying a lot of attention to because more and more of these earthquakes, I mean, volcanoes are starting to either be erupting or either they're on unrest, like this one is right here. Let's take a look at the names of these and look at all these earthquakes. And this is what makes me wonder again, is this magma moving underground to make all these volcanoes come alive? And look at this right here. There's multiple ones right here in this area. And there's way more volcanoes than what we see. Yeah, it's like a cluster right there in that area. I don't even feel like clicking it because I don't know. Let's see. It may just show me the ones over and over again. So here in Costa Rica, they're having a whole bunch of swarms of earthquakes right here. And they're starting to have one that's on unrest. That's the one that we saw last night, still on unrest. Panama is starting to have earthquakes that I'm not used to seeing Panama even have earthquakes. Um, okay, Isabella, that port has so many volcanoes in this area. It's unbelievable. Okay, have we had anything in California? We'll get up there in a second. But they're having all these earthquakes all going on in Mexico. And like I said, when I talk to people, they tell me they don't feel them. So I don't know, but they tell me that they're close to it. But the big thing right here about Mexico is this is called the Volcanic Belt. And it's not a good day if more than one of these start erupting. Right now, it's still been El Fuego. That's the only one in Mexico City that's actually been erupting. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's a different one. That's right. I'm getting them mixed up. Where is it? Oh, I'm thinking of down here. I'm thinking, let me see, which one am I thinking of? There's El Fuego. I can get those two mixed up. But this one right here in Mexico City has been going off for a long time. I mean, it was going off during the time of La Palma, off and on. So let's see here. Doesn't look like too much is going on up in this area. I don't see anything in the States. I haven't seen too much of anything going on. It seems like it's been kind of quiet. Um, California is not as bad. Oops, I get stuck again. California has been sort of quiet, except for the little small baby ones that they've been having. There's one there in San Jose 11 hours ago for 2.7, and the one near Eureka up there. But all the other ones will be the little baby ones that we saw last night. But basically, that's it, folks. Just letting you know that there's a lot of increased activity in the Panama, Mexico, Costa Rica area, also in the Japan, the Indonesia area. It's really much alive. New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, all over here, all the way over to Singapore, and also over to Thailand. So all in this area It's really gone nuts, along with the area that's up here in China and Mongolia and over in this area as well. So we'll just keep an eye on it and make sure that not too much is going on over here. Wow, even all the way over here. It's just so much, even the land, and even up here in Greece. It's just a lot of activity going on right now. And hopefully this will calm down some. Iceland, let's see what's going on before we cut off. Let's check with Iceland. Look like they have little small things going. But that's it for this evening. Just want to give you a little recap of what's going on in the world, and we'll just keep an eye on it. Take care of yourself. Ciao.